Hi, this is Baruch Meir Ben Yonah Halevi. Welcome to my backyard. We're in the 3 weeks between the 17th of Tammuz and Tisha B'Av, which is a mourning period for the Jewish people due to the destruction of the temple, the Beis HaMikdash in Jerusalem. We're still mourning so many years later, and I decided to use this as a excuse to do some bite-sized classes on Torah concepts and topics that I find particularly interesting and might have a unique perspective on. And therefore, there's no music, no background music, no guitar, so just you got me. So today we're going to talk about the 6 constant mitzvahs. So I'm going to share a poem I wrote called The 6 Constant Mitzvahs. You can find on the website. It's a poem. It's in one of my first book also. And it goes like this. I'm going to share it with you, and then I will run through what a mitzvah is and what does it mean, 6 constant mitzvahs. We'll discuss it. So the poem goes like this. There are 6 constant mitzvahs that we're supposed to be doing, like a coffee in the mind that is constantly brewing. Number 1 is Amunah, know Hashem's right there. Number 2, love Hashem and show Him that you care. Number 3, fear Hashem, and you should be concerned about the sins that you do, which could get you burned. Number 4 is what we call Yichud Hashem, realizing everything is one in the end. Number 5, realize there's no power or strength except the one who's in control. He puts fuel in your tank. Number 6, do not stray after your heart or your eyes. Simply put, that means Hashem has devised a plan called the Torah to guide and to fix a cup of coffee for you. The constant mitzvahs are 6. Okay, that's the poem. So let's break it down. Maybe first thing, what's a mitzvah? A mitzvah comes from the word for commandments, and it also means in Aramaic savsa is like a crew, so it means it really means 2 things. It's a commandment. God told us to do something, and savta means it's a crew, which means it's a chibur, it's a connection between people. And so you can think of a mitzvah as a spiritual connection opportunity. God gave us a command, and what He really wants, he doesn't want to be our boss necessarily. What He wants to do is give us an opportunity to connect to Him, and by giving us instructions and us following it, that's one way that we can connect to Him. It's kind of similar to if you have a small child sometimes and you want to give them a little job to do. Hey, help me clean up, let's clean up, or hey, let's take out the garbage. When you give them a little activity to do, a little job, and they do it, so they feel connected to you. So that's similar to that. That's what a mitzvah is. The Jewish people have 613 mitzvahs, and the non-Jewish people have 7 mitzvahs. I think I'd like to say, I was thinking about this morning, that one of the 7 mitzvahs of Noachides are the Noachide laws is just really to know and believe there's a God. So I think the 6 constant mitzvahs could all fall under that category. The 7 mitzvahs for non-Jews, for Noachides, are really just larger categories. And I think these 6 really, I didn't really ask anybody, but this is my opinion. I'm not going to say king, but that these 6 really fall under the concept of the 6 constant mitzvahs. So the 6 constant mitzvahs are, like we said, number 1 is Amunah, know Hashem's right there. So number 1 is faith, Amunah, know Hashem's right there, meaning that just the knowledge, the belief, we can't really know for sure, but from all the evidence that we have and from our tradition and then from our heart and our intuition, we know that there's such a thing as a creator to the universe and a God, and we have to know He's right there. That's the first thing. And Rabbi Yitzchak Ginsburg has a book which I have, which is called I forget what it's called, but it's about the 6 constant mitzvahs, and he connects it to the 6 directions of a box. So you can imagine it's like a force field that's all around you. So the top of the box, number 1, is Amunah. Hashem's right there. Hashem is like in heaven, even though God's obviously not up. God's everywhere, but up relates to powers, and Hashem is very powerful. So we think in a certain sense of heaven and God being up, even though it's not really up. So that's number 1. I know Hashem's right there. Number 2, love Hashem and show you care. That's the right side. The right side in Judaism always chesed and kindness. To love God means, I guess the Rambam, Maimonides, says there's 2 different ways you can demonstrate your love to God. 1 is by doing and understanding the mitzvahs and His commands, and 2 is by understanding nature, so studying science, understanding the complexity of the human body, of the nature of the universe. Number 3, fear Hashem, because you should be concerned, because there is such a thing as reward and punishment. If you're paying attention to the 13 principles of faith that I've been discussing previously in other videos, one of those is reward and punishment. There really is right and wrong, there really is reward and punishment, and if you were aware, and you should be constantly aware, if you could be as much as possible, of the great reward you get for doing the right thing, and that the great difficulty or punishment or negative karma reaction, however you want to think about it. If you want to think about it like punishment, I don't think it's really a punishment, it's just a natural reaction that you should have a fear. You should be scared of doing the wrong thing, not in a way that you're anxious, but it's just the way that it causes you to do the right thing. That's 3. Number 3, no, fear. Number 4 is what we call Yichud Hashem, realizing everything is one in the end. So number 1, that's Yichud Hashem is right in front of you. So fear is to the left, love to the right, Emunah, faith is on top. Unity of God is right in front of you. Everything in front of you, when you read, no matter what you see your wife, you see your husband, you see a car, you see a pen, you see a pencil. Everything in certain sense is God. Really, the world's kind of like a today they talk about it's like a virtual reality. It's a simulation. In a certain sense, that's true on some level. But everything you see is God. That's 4. Number 5 is not to have any other gods before you. That's below. That you should have nothing. Although nothing. I don't know exactly why that's below. I have to think about that. But it's below. Number 5 is down low. And number 6 is do not stray after your heart or your eyes, which is back you. It's a verse in Numbers, and just means not that you shouldn't look at anything and that you shouldn't follow your intuition or your heart, but you should make sure that you're not necessarily, your heart or your eyes are definitely passionate. Your heart follows your passion, and your eyes often follow things that maybe are attracting to you, which sometimes are good and sometimes are bad. So you have to make sure that while you have a heart and eyes, that you have a larger consciousness, soul. You have a larger mind, you have a larger structure and tradition that gives you your guidance, not necessarily whatever you see and whatever you feel you just do. So those are the 6 constant mitzvahs. Again, let's review. Faith is on top, love God to the right, fear God to the left. There is one God straight ahead of you, there's no other gods behind you. Do not stray after your heart or eyes in back of you. So hopefully that will inspire you to think about. This is also something you could think about all the time. If you ever want to, you're not sure what to do, you're bored. So you think about these 6 constant mitzvahs, and you're doing a mitzvah. Mitzvahs there's a reward for doing that. So most mitzvahs are goof oriented, actions you have to do, but these are actually constant mitzvahs you could be doing all the time and running that program algorithm in your brain behind you. That's what I recommend doing. I like to do that. I'm not a rabbi and I'm not in charge of anything. I'm just telling you things that I do that I think would be valuable for you to do. Have a great day.